Good evening, Council and Mayor and the city staff. I'm here to talk about the item on 8. So, I've been hearing the same fake news that you're all talking about, right? So, I started wondering, what's going on. So, why are we doing, Valco-specific CAC, right? And that too, we are spending, the same $1 million that you're all talking about of taxpayer money, which, I'm contributing to a specific developer project, right? So that's like, taking our money and giving it to somebody else, to do their job. So I created a poll on the next door to see what my neighbors think of the same, right? So here is what they responded, right? This is, over 4 days. I posted this poll on the west side of the city, right? So I don't have access to Nextdoor, doesn't allow me to post to the east side, right? So in 4 days, there are about 240 respondents, our neighbors, people that live in Cupertino. And the simple question, do you support our city spending $1 million of your money to come up with a plan for a property that's, private, owned by a wealthy developer? 88% say they don't want us to spend our money for the developer. And there's only 9% that say, they support that, spending $1 million. And by the way, I just checked. This is the data that I printed as of, 5 o'clock. And I just now checked. There's about 247 people that voted, right? 7 more votes in last 5 hours, right? And I had one of my friends, run this same poll on the east side, and you will see the data, right? So on west side, out of 240, 88% said no, 9% said no, go ahead and spend $1 million, 3% didn't have an opinion. I have somebody running the same poll on the east side, just for a few hours, 38 respondents, 92% are saying, no, don't spend $1 million on this project. And I can understand the difference because they are going to be more impacted. And I'm sure, if this poll stays open, there'll be a lot more respondents. I would expect, at least, 500 respondents, in about a week or 10 days. So if you want to know the audience, there's about 31% of, my neighbors that are on Nextdoor. Of the 31%, that's about 9,000 residents. I posted this poll to, 247 responded. That's about close to 3% sample. So this raises a lot of questions, right? So where are you getting a lot of overwhelming requests for Valco-specific CAC? Because that's something that I'm hearing. People are, wanting a Valco-specific CAC. Where are you getting those requests? Because my data suggests otherwise. Right? Why are you spending, taxpayers' dollars on a private property? Aren't you setting city up for lawsuits by other developers, in future, right? Every developer could potentially come back and ask, I want, my own property-specific CAC. And why are we favoring, one developer over others, right? Shouldn't we be looking at this, across the city, right? And if we do this, aren't we invalidating recent election results, right? People spoke, right? So if the Sandhill wants, this property to be developed, let them come back with a plan, right? There is a process for it. Let them come back. Either they seek your approval or they go back to the electorate like they did last time. So my appeal to you is, residents want retail, dining, entertainment, open space, and maybe some ownership homes at Valco, right? Let's remember, Sandhill bought a retail-only space. Let them develop, retail and entertainment, right? And this is the only largest, retail parcel in the city. Let's not, give it away for concrete jungle there. And I know you are under a lot of pressure from, construction lobby that, we know in Cupertino. And there's a, Cupertino Country Club that I call, right? You are a lot of under pressure from them. Please do not yield to their pressures, right? Listen to your constituents and don't spend, $1 million, on this project. If you want to spend $1 million, there are a lot of other things you could do with that, right? Safety is a huge concern. There is a lot of robberies happening in our town. You could help, with safety of the city, right? And if you want to set up a CAC, let's do it citywide. let's go and invite, hundreds of, volunteers from the city that are volunteering their time to participate in the CAC. We don't have to spend $1 million on a consultant that's going to charge us, unbelievable amount of money.
Thank you. I've given you the additional minutes also.
Thank you.
Jamie